Welcome back to the channel. Yesterday I made a trip up to Cravens House, which is right over here. I'll try to show you a little bit of that in the video. It is the oldest standing building on Lookout Mountain since the Civil War. Has a great history. You can come up here, it's free, you can read about it. But what I'm more interested in today is this house and garage servants' quarters next door. And I'll tell you a little bit about that as we go around the house. But first of all, let's go take a look around the house. Get out of this sun. All right, so I have face track enabled, so hopefully as I walk around here, I will see the gimbal trying to keep up with me. And I really like that much better than trying to take static shots with just my camera. I am using my 28 to 70 millimeter f2 today. This is a lens I don't take out very often. I usually use it at the house, because it's just so dang heavy. But I'm not going on a photo walk for an hour. I'm just walking around this house today. And the f2 will help me a little bit when I stick my camera through a window. There are no trespassing signs here, and I'm probably technically not even supposed to be on the property, but I'm definitely not going in the house because it's not structurally safe. So I'm gonna take a few pictures here, and then we'll kind of see where we go from there. All right, I'm going to change this setting to f2 just for the heck of it. I'm going to back up just a little bit. And, I'm looking for sort of wide shots as well as more close-up shots of some of the real decay here. This house was originally built in 1927, I think, because we're almost coming up on 100 years. And it was lived in for, as I just about trip on the vines here, it was lived in for over 100 years. Well, I'll take that back. It was lived in for 60 years at least. And it was bought up by the Park Service that runs Cravens House. And their plan was to tear it down and make extra parking. But a conservation system in Chattanooga kind of got involved, and so far that has not been the plan. What they proposed was to spend about $1.2 million to renovate the house, put it back to its original look, the garage/servants' quarters back behind us here also, and make it either a visitor center or a museum of some sort. But the Park Service so far has refused to do any of that. In fact, they're not commenting on it. So, there you go. Yeah, let's keep looking around. Before we go, let me just show you why I really love an articulating screen on a camera. Because I want to photograph this, but I don't want to photograph it up like this. I want to try to get up here where I can actually get fairly level. And I want to see about getting in even closer. And otherwise I'd just be flying blind. So articulating screens are my friend. All right, so I have decided to change microphones. So I have my Kamika mic up here, and then I have a second Kamika mic. Let me get a shot of it with my phone here. Down here on the bottom of my pants leg, And what I'm hoping to do is to record 2 tracks, 1 track of vocals, 1 track of walking through the leaves, and see what that looks like or sounds like when I pull it back into DaVinci Resolve to edit. In the meantime, I have been shooting some shots through this window of these light and shadows here. I really, really liked this one that I just took. It's got a little bit of the window in it and this, and I did an exposure level adjustment to -2. So this is, everything else is really, really in shadow. And I'm hoping that turns out okay. All right, so this is the first test of walking, and I'm going to purposefully drag my feet sort of through these leaves. They're not real crunchy. They're more wet than anything else. But I want to see what that sounds like when I pull it back in as a second audio file. In the meantime, we're going to set the DJI up over here and get some shots through a couple of other windows. All right, so this particular spot, I'll throw up here the video I just took on my phone, will show you the beauty of using the Mantis Pod when you're out making these things. I don't have to carry a tripod around with me. I can just pretty much set this up anywhere I want. I am going to try to get a picture through this window. I just took some slow motion here, so let's see what this looks like. And I've put it back on F2. Get some of the graffiti shots in here. Oh, coffee cup. Along with some of the debris here. A few more shots around here, but in the meantime, I'm going to turn this video off. So before we end today, let me go back and just address that little issue about the microphone. I had set up a Kamika mic on my collar and a Kamika mic at the bottom of my pant leg, thinking that on the Pocket 3, I would get 2 separate audio tracks. I don't. Now, I might when the mic 2 comes out. If I'm able to put 2 mic 2s in, it may be designed for 2 audio tracks. In fact, that's what I'm expecting. But it's only recognizing the USB port as the receiver. So no matter how many mics are connected to the receiver, there's only 1 audio feed going into the Pocket 3. I tried the same thing on my iPhone that day, and it didn't work either. So, you live and learn. But it was nice. I do know that even with the mic 2, if I wanted to get B-roll walking down a path or walking across gravel or whatever, I could just connect the mic to the bottom of my pant leg and get that audio with that bit. So anyway, it was an experiment that I needed to try, but it was an experiment that did not work out as planned. So let's roll out the rest of the pictures I took. I didn't take that many, but we'll put the rest of them up here at the end of this video, and we'll see you next time.